Hello and welcome to LMU Community TV News. I'm Ashley Collingsworth. Thank you for joining us today. A sayonara dinner and party was held last Thursday in the Student Center in honor of two Japanese exchange students. Aoi Shiraki and Shintaro Kurachi arrived at Lincoln Memorial University in August of 2015 to spend both the fall and spring semesters studying here on campus. The event was held to bid both of them farewell as they prepare to return to their respective homes and families in Japan. Once they return, they will continue their studies at their home school, Chikyo University. Aoi and Shintaro were both a great presence on the campus of LMU, and while here, were involved in numerous activities held by the university. Faculty, staff, and students will greatly miss them both. Last Monday night, hundreds of students across the campus of Lincoln Memorial University were honored during the annual Student Awards and Recognition Program. The evening began with dinner inside the LMU Dining Hall at 4:30, and following the dinner, the ceremony continued to the Tex Turner Arena at 7 o'clock. Greetings were delivered from Miss Cynthia Witt, Vice President of University Advancement, followed by a welcome from President B. James Dawson. Hundreds of students were recognized with special awards and scholarships throughout the program. The students were thanked by University Advancement along with scholarship donors and families. They also wanted to thank all the LMU faculty whose recommendations, guidance, and personal involvement in the lives of students works to make a tremendous difference here on the campus. Lincoln Memorial University has partnered with a pair of overseas universities to offer faculty and students the opportunity to study and also teach abroad this summer. LMU will offer a series of graduate and undergraduate courses in Liaocheng University in China and participate in the Lincolnshire program at Harlaxton College in England. LMU and Liaocheng University will offer courses jointly taught by LMU and LU professors, and students will earn credits at each university. Classes will be populated by LMU study abroad students as well as Chinese students from LU and will take place from May 10th to August 5th with in-person and online coursework. The LMU faculty and students will be in China from May 10th through June 11th. LMU students may choose between 3, 6, and 9 credit hours. Graduate courses are scheduled in business and education and will revolve around global trends. Financial aid for both programs is available through LMU's President's Study Abroad Scholarships. Additionally, students may apply for Gilman grants through the Institute for International Education. For more information or to reserve your spot, you can contact Dr. J. Wright at jerry.wright@lmunet.edu. It's that time of year when seniors across campus are preparing for graduation ceremonies and getting ready to take that next step in life. Commencement dates have been announced and are as follows. Undergraduate commencement will be held May 7th at 10 o'clock. DCOM commencement will be held on May 14th at 10 o'clock, followed by the J. Frank White graduation at 1 o'clock. The PA White coat ceremony will take place on June 25th, but a time for that ceremony has not yet been determined. During commencements, all graduates and families must park in the upper parking lot of Tex Turner Arena. The campus shuttle will run to transport guests from various parking lots on campus directly to the front doors, but a schedule has not yet been released. Faculty and staff, along with those needing handicap parking and the platform party, will park in the lower parking lot of Tex Turner Arena, but you must present your faculty staff ID in order to park behind the arena. Be sure to stay tuned to LMU Community TV News for updates on all commencement ceremonies and those schedules. Well, coming up after the break, the Pet of the Week is back and is available for adoption at the Claiborne Animal Shelter, so stick around and check out if you want to make her a part of your family.
I come from a big family. I'm the oldest of 6. To me, being the first person to go to college, it's like setting a standard, you know? My little brother is 8 years old now. I challenge his curiosity. I challenge him to dream. I have to paint a picture for him that he can look up to and live up to and possibly be better than. My name is Jaquez, and I am your dividend.
Todd's a great guy. I mean, look at him. What a sweetheart. Attaboy. Wait, Todd, what are you doing? How totally selfish and un-Todd-like of you. Come on, Todd. Come on, man.
I dare you. I dare you to change the world. Yeah, you. In that college education.
I dare you to be somebody important.
Like be a teacher or a reality TV star.
I dare you to stand up here.
To call the shots.
To be a role model.
An inspiration. An innovator.
To be a teacher.
You can change my life. Make me excited about science like you.
Have a career that really means something.
Then do it.
I dare you.
Hey, look, it's those guys. Are you good to drive?
I'm fine.
How many did you have?
I should be fine.
You should be.
Go and step out of the vehicle for me.
See ya, buddy. Good luck. So turns out, buzz driving and drunk driving, they're the same thing, and it costs around $10,000. So not worth it.
Welcome back. Jan Zirin, D-O-F-A-C-O-F-P, Associate Professor of Family Medicine at Lincoln Memorial University DeBusk College of Osteopathic Medicine, was given the 2016 Outstanding Female Leader Award by the American College of Osteopathic Family Physicians during the ACOFP 2016 Annual Convention and Scientific Seminars in Puerto Rico earlier this month. The Outstanding Female Leader Award recognizes women who serve as clinical role models, teachers, and accomplished professional leaders. Zirin joined the ACOFP in 1984. She became a fellow in 1993 and a distinguished fellow in 2008. Zirin is a graduate of Oklahoma State University College of Osteopathic Medicine. Prior to her role as Associate Professor of Family Medicine at LMU DCOM, Zirin practiced family medicine for many years in Arizona. Zirin held the office of the ACOFP President in 2009 to 2010, only the second female ACOFP President to be appointed at that time. The very next year, she was President of the Arizona Osteopathic Medical Association and President of the Arizona Society of the ACOFP. Founded in 1950, the American College of Osteopathic Family Physicians is the national professional organization of more than 20,000 practicing osteopathic family physicians and physicians in training. The ACOFP's mission is to promote excellence in osteopathic family medicine through quality education, visionary leadership, and responsible advocacy. Joshua Johnson, a third-year osteopathic medical student at Lincoln Memorial University DeBusk College of Osteopathic Medicine, was elected National President of the American Medical Student Association and will begin his term on May 1, 2017. Johnson will be the first African-American male to serve in this position and only the third student doctor of osteopathic medicine to serve as president in the history of this organization. Johnson will move to Washington, D.C. next year to serve his term and will represent more than 40,000 physicians in training. He will spend his term speaking on behalf of mental health, rural health, and race relations to some of the nation's top politicians and will participate in a national forum to discuss the feasibility of the Affordable Care Act. In his undergraduate studies, Johnson graduated summa cum laude from Shorter University with 2 bachelor's degrees and earned 4 associate degrees in various non-science disciplines at Georgia Highlands College. Johnson currently serves on the National Board of Trustees for the AMSA and is student editor for the New Physician magazine and a columnist for In Training. Johnson is also the immediate past class president of the class of 2017 at LMU DCOM. Besides studying, Johnson has a strong interest in religious studies, languages, and classical literature. In his spare time, you may find him writing, playing basketball, or even coaching. Johnson and his wife, Jessica, are parents to their daughter, Nadine. Approximately 82% of the members of the graduating class at Lincoln Memorial University DeBus College of Osteopathic Medicine, class of 2016, will enter their first year of residency training in a primary care track, including family medicine, internal medicine, pediatrics, OBGYN, emergency medicine, osteopathic manipulative medicine, and transitional year traditional rotating internships. The members of the class of 2016 will be in 121 different residency programs in 30 states. Recently, LMU DCOM was ranked number 2 by U.S. News and World Report in medical schools that produce the highest percentage of primary care residents. The ranking was based on 2013 to 2015 data averages. This year, LMU DCOM placed 99.5% of its graduating class into postgraduate training programs. Of the graduating class, 61% were placed into osteopathic residency programs. 37% accepted residency positions with allopathic programs, and 2% are going into military programs. Approximately 27% of the graduating class will be placed into programs within the Appalachian region and 9% within the state of Tennessee. Authorities in Claiborne County are asking the public's help in tracking suspected arsonists who have continued to cause damage across the county. Arson is a senseless act that creates dangerous situations for not only the responders, but also the citizens. The fires that are currently being investigated are as follows: the Cumberland fire that was 50 acres with 1 acre reset across the road, Roses Creek fire that was 600 acres, the Rock Creek Clarefield fire that was 40 acres, and the Buffalo fire that burnt 60 acres. It causes more than just fire damage. The possibility exists of first responder injury, health-related issues from the smoke and dust to the general public, and if not contained quickly, can result in property damage to structures and crops. State and local law enforcement will be investigating these fires. The individual, when captured, will have a long prison sentence with multiple charges. Anyone with information that would lead to these suspects can call the arson hotline at 1-800-762-2017. This phone line is dedicated to receiving information about suspicious fires, or you can contact your local law enforcement or call 911. Well, a furry face is the perfect addition for any family, and each week we try to bring you the adoptable pups from the Claiborne Animal Shelter. These furry faces are available for adoption at the shelter, so let's show off this week's Pet of the Week in hopes of finding their forever family and home. Following your Pet of the Week, stay with us because Adam Haley has your sports update, followed by entertainment with Joseph Lewis. Everyone, we are back with the Pet of the Week, and I'm here with Liza from the Claiborne Animal Shelter, and today she has brought with her Avery. So tell us about Avery.
Well, Avery, as far as we can tell, is a beagle mix.
Of course.
And she is about 2 years old. And she's a stray.
Aww.
And she, as you can tell by looking at her belly, she had some puppies not too long ago.
She's been a mama.
Yeah. But she won't be ever again, will you?
Say no.
And so, she was, as I said, she was brought in as a stray.
Okay.
Just sweet little girl. As you can tell, she's very lovable.
She is.
She
I'm
loves
loving
to be
this right
loved,
now.
And she gives you kisses.
Oh, here we go. Here we go.
And she has doggy breath.
Yes, yes.
So she's
which I'm very used to, so.
Yeah, she's a very, very sweet little girl.
Okay, so tell us what kind of family she would be appropriate for.
I think she would be appropriate for basically not real young kids.
Okay.
I don't recommend dogs around real young kids, period. But, you know, an active family, she would definitely have to have a fenced yard.
Right.
That beagle part of her will get her out wandering around, and off she'll go.
I'm loving her tail.
Very lovable.
Yes.
And sweet, and she would have to be, of course, an in-house dog, right? And with somebody that likes to get kisses.
Yes, because we love kisses, don't we?
Yes.
All right, so tell everybody if they would be interested in making Avery a part of their family, what they would do.
They would go to ClaiborneAnimalShelter.com and fill out an online adoption application.
Okay.
Very important to include your veterinary information, any past pet history, and we will check. We want to make sure every other pet in the family is spayed or neutered, and also that other pets have been kept up to date on their shots.
Right.
The adoption committee reviews the applications, and once they're approved, the adoption fee is $150, and she'll be spayed and microchipped, and she's already up to date on her shots and deworming.
Good girl.
She'll go home.
Good girl. All right, so just tell us a little bit more about the mix, just so everybody knows about how beagles react to certain situations.
Beagles are animals that follow their nose.
Right.
And so when a beagle gets on a scent, they can just, yes, and they'll just go wandering off and not pay any attention where they went. And so then you don't have the beagle anymore.
Right.
They tend to have sort of a howly bark, but she looks like there's something else very strong in her mix besides beagle. So I would say that whatever the other breed is why she's so laid back.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
Oh, well, here we go, folks.
Yeah.
She is chillaxing.
Yeah.
All right. So
this is the kind of family she needs. Somebody that's going to give her tummy rubs.
Yeah. She's just kind of taking, taking to us both.
Yeah.
Watch the tail. Oh, look at my shirt. Okay. So if somebody wants to come to the shelter and visit her, can they do that?
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
We're open Monday through Friday from 10 until 4.
There you go.
And
10 until
Saturday
4.
from 10 until 2.
And you can go play with her. You can take her for a walk, visit with her.
Give her a tummy rub.
Now, another thing that I meant to ask, what about families that already have pets?
It's a really good idea to bring the dogs in to meet and make sure they're going to get along.
Okay.
And we've got a big run outside, so they could actually go out and play and see how they do. But it's a very good, we recommend it to bring the other pet in to meet
And that's
them.
okay?
Oh, yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
So, if you want to make Avery a part of your family, you can go meet her at the Claiborne Animal Shelter, or you can check her out online, fill out an adoptable application, and make her a part of your fur family today, because I promise she's got a lot of it.
You think getting dumped by text is harsh? Try getting dumped by a tennis ball. My ex-owner drove me out to the woods, yelled fetch, and by the time I brought the ball back, he was gone. Yeah, I was pissed. But the folks at the shelter helped me let go of my anger. I learned coping skills, like taking it to the hole. Boom! Now I'm ready to fetch again. But how about I throw and you run and get it?
They said a bottle was just a bottle. That no one would ever notice me. But I knew I could be more. That one day, I would make people smile.
Welcome back. The LMU baseball team finished off their regular season this past weekend with a visit from Brevard College. The two came together on Saturday for a doubleheader. In Game 1, the Tornadoes scored the opening run on a wild pitch in the second inning to take the early lead. LMU responded in the fourth with RBI singles by Gene Rodriguez and H.D. Dillard to take the lead back 2-1. The two would eventually go into the ninth tied at 3 when Brevard's Ryan Smith hit an RBI single to score Brennan Allen, and Brevard won Game 1 4-3. Dominic Morabito took the loss for LMU, going 1 2/3 innings in relief, allowing 2 hits and 1 run while striking out 3. Game 2 of the doubleheader would be like the first one, low scoring. Brevard got on the board in the third on an RBI single by Hunter Donaldson. LMU's Dillard tied the game in the fifth on an RBI double, and Russell Clark would provide the winning hit when he grounded out in the sixth but scored Seth Hunt, and the Rail Splitters won 2-1. Ethan Elliott won his conference-leading 10th game, going the full 7 innings, allowing 8 hits and 1 run while striking out 5. On Sunday, the two teams came back to the Lamar Hennon Field for the rubber match, and the offense showed up. Pat Quinn got Brevard started with a 2 RBI double in the second, only to be matched by Mason Ewers, who hit a 2-run home run in the bottom of the second. Ewers added another RBI double in the third inning, and LMU took the lead 3-2. The Rail Splitters would score in every inning through the 8th and would take a 15-3 lead into the 9th inning. The Tornadoes would make a late run, scoring 5 runs in the 9th, but still falling short 15-8. Chase Randolph got the win in relief, going 4 innings, allowing 5 hits, no runs, while striking out 2. The Rail Splitters will now move to Kodak, Tennessee for the Pilot Flying J baseball tournament, where they'll be the 4th seed and will face 3rd-seeded Tusculum on Friday night at 7:30 p.m. The LMU softball team was also at home this past weekend when they hosted Newberry College. The Wolves got on the board first on an Allison Van Atta 2 RBI single and a Christina Linton 2 RBI single to put Newberry up 4-0. Jennifer Moose hit a 2 RBI double to help bring LMU closer, but they still went into the 7th trailing by 2. An Allie Jones single sparked a weird play in which LMU scored twice on errors. Meredith Johnson would then hit an RBI single to score Jones, and LMU won in walk-off fashion 6-5. Brianna Taylor picked up the win in relief, going 5 1/3 innings, allowing 4 hits and 1 run while striking out 5. In Game 2, LMU got on the board first, scoring twice in the first inning, and then Moose hit a 3-run home run in the second to put the Lady Rail Splitters in the lead 5-0. The Lady Rail Splitters would add 4 more runs in the 5th to lead 9-2. The Wolves would make a comeback in the top of the 6th, but they would fall short as LMU completed the sweep 9-6. Senior Samantha Smith picked up her 11th win of the season, going 5 2/3 innings, allowing 5 hits and 2 unearned runs, while striking out 2. The ladies will now move to Hartsville, South Carolina for the upcoming SAC tournament, where they'll represent the 5 seed. They'll face 4th seeded Carson Newman Thursday at 5:30 p.m. The LMU lacrosse teams also finished off their regular seasons at home with a visit from Coker College. The LMU men were still in contention for a tournament spot, but needed a win to help their causes. Kyle Arcuri put LMU in the lead in what started out as a seesaw battle. Neither team led by more than 2 in the first half, and they went into the break tied at 4. Arcuri's second goal of the day put LMU in the lead in the third 6-5, but the Cobras would strike, going on a 4-0 run to take the lead for good 10-5. The Rail Splitters would make a late charge, but the season would come to an end with a 12-9 loss. The Rail Splitters finished their season at 6-6. The Lady Rail Splitters fell behind the Cobras early as Haley McCuster scored twice in the first 3 minutes to give Coker the early 2-0 lead. Amara Moss, Casey Kelly, and Brieza James would all score for LMU in the first half, but they went into the break trailing 11-4. The ladies opened the second half on a 4-0 run to pull back to within 3, but they would get no closer. The Cobras would finish the game off on a 9-0 run and would win 23-10. Kelly and James each finished with 3 goals, and the ladies finished the season with a 3-12 record. The LMU Beach volleyball team also finished up their season with a trip to Owings Mills, Maryland for the Stevenson tournament. On Saturday, the opening game was against host Stevenson, and it was a battle. The duo of Abby Cash and Jamie June and the duo of Jordan Green and Fernanda Miasi each won their games, but it was Stevenson who won the match 3-2. Match 2 would set LMU back up with their rival Carson Newman. The duo of June and Cash, as well as Brooke Fleeman and Bristol Snyder, each would win a set, but Carson Newman would pull off the sweep 5-0. LMU came back on Sunday and matched up with Morgan State, and for the first time in program history, the ladies would pull off the sweep, and they did so in straight sets, winning 5-0. The final match saw LMU face host Stevenson again, and once again it was Stevenson who pulled out the victory, this time 5-0. The LMU Beach volleyball team's first season is now in the books as they'll finish at 4-18. Now that's all for sports, but stay tuned after the break as Joseph Lewis will let us know if the Jungle Book could hold off the opening weekend of The Huntsman's Winter's War to take the top spot again this week when he brings you the box office report here on LMU Community TV News.
They're coming. Places, everybody.
Light check. 1, 2, 1, 2.
Everything looks good on our end.
And lights.
Come alive with the forest. Visit discovertheforest.org to find a forest near you.
They said I have troll teeth.
That my voice sounded like a possessed baby doll.
That no one would ever love someone as stupid as me.
That I was fat, ugly.
Disgusting.
The effect of bullying is potent.
We will no longer be the silent majority.
Now, when you see online bullying, there's something you can do about it.
We're gonna take action with the I.
I am a witness.
I am a witness.
I am a witness.
I am a witness.
I am a witness, and so are you.
This is the story of a boy who is very sensitive to lights and sounds. So he built secret hiding places where nothing could get in. The boy didn't like looking people in the eye. It made him feel uncomfortable. One day, he found out he had something called autism. His family got him help, and slowly, he learned how to live with it better.
Early intervention can make a lifetime of difference. Learn the signs at autismspeaks.org.
Me and my boy Matt had it good. He had catnip that was off the hook. But one day, he brings a girl home, and she's allergic to cats. Every sneeze was a nail in my coffin. Now I'm in a shelter. It's decent, but they don't even have Wi-Fi.
Hello, I'm Joseph Lewis, bringing you all the latest information in the world of movies. Tops at the box office this weekend were led once again by Disney's latest live-action adaptation of The Jungle Book, adding $60 million onto its now $191 million domestic gross, thanks to its broad appeal, as well as universal raves from critics and audiences alike for its endearing story and its immersive use of special effects. Director Jon Favreau is no stranger to box office success, his light but earnest touch previously having led movies including Elf and Iron Man to grossing several hundred million worldwide. Following at number 2 was newcomer The Huntsman: Winter's War, taking $20 million in its debut. This figure is somewhat underwhelming considering the star power of Charlize Theron, Chris Hemsworth, Emily Blunt, and Jessica Chastain at its center, not to mention the fact that its predecessor, 2012's Snow White and the Huntsman, scored $56 million over the course of its first 3 days. Critical reception for The Huntsman has been deeply negative for the most part, its Rotten Tomatoes score sitting at a low 17%, with reviews citing it as a rushed production with a nonsensical story. And rounding out the top 3 was Barbershop: The Next Cut, this 4th installment in the 11 Years Dead franchise unexpectedly having legs and adding $10 million onto its now $36 million domestic gross. It's worth noting that this Barbershop has been better received than any of its predecessors, with many reviews citing its heartfelt humor, its lively cast, and its timely examination of gang violence to be major strengths. Disney's Zootopia remains in the game at number 4 on the chart, with $6 million added onto its now $316 million domestic gross. In addition to scoring the largest ever U.S. opening for The House of Mouse, the film has now totaled more than $900 million worldwide, a figure which distinguishes Zootopia as being the most financially successful film of the year thus far, profits easily matched by its reception from viewers. The Melissa McCarthy starring comedy The Boss followed closely at number 5, also with $6 million, added onto its now $49 million domestic gross. Co-written by McCarthy and directed by her husband Ben Falcone, The Boss had a stronger debut than their previous collaboration, 2014's Tammy, though it still has a way to go toward matching that film's eventual $100 million worldwide total. Batman vs. Superman: Dawn of Justice continued to plummet, this time placing at number 6 on the chart and adding only $5 million onto its now $319 million domestic gross, a mere $8 million difference from its total last weekend. Although the film has accumulated $851 million worldwide, its enormous week-to-week box office drops have analysts marking the film as a financial disappointment, lacking the staying power of Deadpool and some of the most high-profile MCU titles. The continued success of DC's extended universe now rests upon the shoulders of the villain-centric Suicide Squad opening this August. Meanwhile, in limited release, Tom Tykwer's low-key comedy A Hologram for the King pulled $1.2 million for the weekend from its 401-screen release, undoubtedly thanks to the presence of leading man Tom Hanks, while the Kevin Spacey and Michael Shannon starring historical drama Elvis and Nixon took $456,000 for the 3 days from 381 theaters. Next weekend should offer The Jungle Book some competition in the form of the animated video game adaptation Ratchet & Clank, opening alongside Gary Marshall's rom-com Mother's Day, as well as the Key and Peele comedy Keanu. That's all for today in the world of movies. I'm Joseph Lewis.
And that is going to do it for this week's LMU Community TV News. Thank you for joining us today. We will see you on Thursday. For everyone here at LMU Community TV, I'm Ashley Collingsworth. Have a great week.